In this video, I'm going to be ranking the top 5 best bio cards at each position in NBA 2K23 Myteam. If you guys don't know what a buy now or a buy out card is, any card under 100,000 MT that you can buy off the auction house as a buy now. And then there's also other cards that are called bid cards that are like, for example, the Invincibles, like go for like 5, 6, 700,000 MT. Any card that you have to actually bid on to get won't be in these top 5. So just will be the top 5 best cards at each position for under 100,000 MT, considered a buy now card. So at the starting point, or not starting point guard, but the first point guard of the top 5 is going to be the Dark Matter Ron Artest. He recently just became a buy now once again. He's about 90 to 95k, somewhere in that price range, and he is such a good point guard for about 90k. 6'7" at point guard, 6'10" wingspan. We know his defense is going to be super elite with a 98 block, 99 steal, 99 perimeter, 98 interior defense. He's got great Hall of Fame defensive badges, which is definitely the biggest pro about Ron Artest, is definitely his defense. And then he also does have a great jump shot with the Marco Fultz base, the Rudy Gay upper on very quick timing. And then he also does have the D-Mitch size up, the Trey escape, Dame behind the back, Trey fade, which is really good. So all around Ron Artest, I would say easily is the best buyout point guard currently in my team. At the number 2 spot though is going to be the Galaxy Opal Hero Hudo Turkoglu, another kind of obvious choice I would say to be in the top 5. He's 6'10" at point guard, 6'11" wingspan, has such a good release with the John Stockton base, the Trey Young upper on very quick timing. I mean, one of my favorite jump shots in the game for a point guard, and then also does have some very elite dribble sigs with the Kyle Lowry size up and the Steph Curry escape. So those two ones I think is very obvious for the point guard position. I think majority of people have, Ron Artest and Hudo Turkoglu as a top 5 point guard for under 100,000 MT. But now this is where things get a little bit interesting. I'm going with that number 3. I know a lot of people are going to disagree with this, but I'm going Dark Matter Lance Stephenson at number 3. I know that might sound absolutely crazy, and it probably is a little bit crazy, but I think Lance is so good at point guard. 6'5" at the point guard position, 6'10" wingspan. He's such a good defender in game. Like, he's got a super wide and just big player model. 92 block, 95 steal, 97 perimeter, 94 interior defense. He's got tons of good Hall of Fame defensive badges, really good stats across the board. I like his jump shot. He's got good dribble sigs. I like the normal 2 leaner. His defensive tendencies are solid, and I think he's got great dunk packages. So for me, I think Lance Stephenson is the 3rd best buyout point guard, because at number 4 and number 5, I got James Harden at the number 4 spot for his offense and his 3 hunting ability. And then I do have J.R. Smith, another really good 3 hunting point guard, but I do think Lance is just a little bit better than Harden and J.R. Smith, because Harden and J.R. both have way better jump shots than Lance Stephenson, where I'd say Harden definitely has the better release and probably better dribble sigs, but I think Lance is so much better of a defender than J.R. Smith and Harden. He's a way better rebounder. He's way better slashing to the basket. He's more athletic. So for me personally, I would say it's really close between Harden, Lance, and J.R. Smith, but in my opinion, these are the top 5 best buy now point guards currently in my team. Now to go on to the top 5 best buy now shooting guards. Number 1, a very obvious choice, and that's going to be Dark Matter Vince Carter, a card that's recently dropped a ton in price. He's only about 70k. 70 to 75k right now. 6'6" at shooting guard though, 6'9" wingspan, and you guys probably know what Vince Carter brings to the table, and that is elite level offense, having a 97 3 ball, 97 mid-range, 97 in the speed category. He's also got a 99 driving dunk and a 99 vertical. Definitely the best thing about Vince is his dunking animations, his ability to get to the basket and finish through contact. And then he's also got a great jump shot with the Kyle Kuzma base, the Vince Carter upper on very quick timing. It is still till this day one of my favorite jump shots to use. And he's also got very good dribble sigs, especially getting to the rim with the Steve Francis size up and the John Wall escape. So all around, Vince Carter, I would say, is easily the best buyout shooting guard currently in my team. Now for the next 2 spots, it really just depends what you want at your shooting guard position. I do think Galaxy Opal Big Z is 1000% in the top 5. Is he number 2? Is he number 3? I think that's definitely up for debate, but the thing about Big Z is he's 7'3" at the shooting guard position, 7'6" wingspan, and the card just allows you to run so many lineups in game where you can run a smaller point guard, a smaller small forward, a smaller power forward, because Big Z's so tall at shooting guard that he can can guard most power forwards and even most centers in the game as well with his size, his defensive stats and badges. So I do think he's not your typical shooting guard. Like number 3 is probably the more typical, you know, shooting guard, primary shooting guard, and that is Galley Simple Ricky Davis. So if you want to put Ricky Davis over Big Z, definitely, I mean, you can definitely argue that. I think Big Z as a card is better than Ricky Davis, but Ricky is still super elite on the offensive end. If you're looking for just straight up offense for only about 15k or below, Ricky Davis is your go-to shooting guard. 6'7" at the 2, 6'10" wingspan, plays solid defense, but mainly just going to be here for offense with such a good jump shot. The Seth Curry base, the Oscar Robertson upper on very quick timing, and then has some solid dribble sig. So Ricky Davis definitely going to be here in the top 5 best buy now shooting guards. At number 4, I actually got Glenn Robinson. I think he's a very underrated shooting guard in the game. He's super cheap, and I think he's a really good value card, you know, able to do pretty much everything on the court at a decently high level. Another 6'7" shooting guard, 6'10" wingspan. I would say he's a better defender than Ricky Davis, probably a little bit better at going to the basket, and I think he's got a solid jump shot with the PJ Tucker base, the Vince Carter upper on very quick timing, and then he also does have the D-Mitch size up, the John Wall escape, Dame behind the back, and then the 2 best dunk packages, the quick drop soft 1 and the front clutches. So yeah, I think Glenn Robinson all around a super good buy now shooting guard. I got him at number 4. And then for number 5, I have a really good offensive shooting guard, just a smaller version of Ricky Davis, and that's going to be Dark Matter Ray Allen. He is only 6'5". That's why I do think he's going to be here at number 5, you know, below Glenn Robinson and Ricky Davis, because he's a tad bit undersized, but the card still gives you such good offense with an amazing release on very quick timing. He's got some of the best dribble sigs in the game with the Steve Francis size up, the Curry escape, and I just feel like it's so easy to create shots with this card, and he also is a very underrated defender even though he is undersized. So that's going to round out my top 5 best buy now shooting guards. Now onto the small forward position. I think you got to have Jonathan Isaac at 1 just because of his defense. He does provide, I mean, and just all around an absolute beast at the small forward position. 6'11" with a 7'2" wingspan. One of the best defensive cards in the game, 98 block, 97 steal, 97 perimeter, 97 interior defense, every single Hall of Fame defensive badge, and has a capable enough jump shot where he can green pretty consistently. At number 2, I do have a card that we already talked about, Galley Simple Big Z. I think is a top 5 buy now card at both small forward and shooting guard, because once again, he's 7'3" and just creates so many more opportunities to run different cards in your lineup, and is a huge mismatch on the offensive end. At number 3 though, I do have Dark Matter Bill Russell, just a worse version of Jonathan Isaac in the sense that he's Jonathan Isaac on defense. He's one of the best defensive cards in the game. He's got really good size at that small forward position. The thing is though, I think Jonathan Isaac's got way better dribble stigs, moves a lot better, and has a better release than Bill Russell, but Bill Russell can pretty much do everything Jonathan Isaac can do, and they're about the same price. Bill Russell might be a little bit cheaper in game, but I think both are definitely top 5 buy now small forwards. At the number 4 spot, I do have Brian Scalabrine, a really well-rounded small forward. I mean, the thing about Scalabrine that I've always said is there's really no flaws, you know, with this card. 6'9" at small forward, great all-around stats and badges, an amazing jump shot on very quick timing. He's got the best dribble sigs in the game with the Steve Francis size up, the Trey escape. He's got the 2 best dunk packages, the quick drop soft 1 and the front clutches. He's got pretty much perfect defensive tendencies. Like I said, there's no real flaws with Brian Scalabrine. And then at the number 5 spot is going to be Dark Matter Sean Kemp, a really good offensive small forward, a card that I think's got a way better jump shot now with the Cole Anthony base, the Seti Osman upper on very quick timing, has some pretty good dribble sigs, amazing at going to the rim, and all around an amazing offensive buy now small forward. And yeah, that's going to round up my top 5. Now onto the top 5 best buy now power forwards. At number 1, I think it's a really close debate between Dirk Nowitzki and D-Rob. I think it really just comes down to, are you looking for defense or are you looking for offense? Because if you want offense at your power forward position, you go with Dirk Nowitzki. 7'1" at power forward, 7'3" wingspan, has a 99 3 ball, 99 mid-range, pretty much every Hall of Fame shooting badge in the game, an amazing quick jump shot with the Bielitsa base, the Tim Duncan upper on very quick timing, is such a quick release. But then on the flip side, if you're looking for defense, a little bit more size, then I do think you go for Dark Matter D-Rob, another 7'1" power forward, has a little bit longer of a wingspan, a way better player model, and is a much improved defender. And I still think D-Rob does have a capable jump shot. So those are definitely number 1 and number 2. At number 3, I do have Marc Gasol though. I think he's a really well-rounded power forward, could potentially even be argued over D-Rob and Dirk because he's kind of the balance of both. I think he's got Dirk's offense where he's got a really good jump shot, high three ball, really good Hall of Fame shooting badges, and is quick with 90 speed, 90 acceleration. And then I think he's also got some of D-Rob's size, rebounding, defensive ability, and also an amazing wide player model. So I think you could argue even Marc Gasol over Dirk and D-Rob, but I'll put him at the number 3 spot. At number 4 is going to be Dwight Howard. He is just here for defense. Like, if you're using Dwight Howard, yes, he's got a capable jump shot where he can green threes, but he's mainly just going to be on your court to play defense, have a super good player model in game, and perfect defensive stats and badges. And then to round out the top 5 is going to be Dark Matter Bill Walton. The card moves like a guard in game. He's got a new and improved jump shot that I think is fairly easy to green with, but he just gives you great defense, amazing offense, super quick, and like I said, moves like a point guard. So if you're looking for a fast power forward, a guy that can create his own shot, I think Bill Walton is probably your go-to power forward. And then for the last position, these are going to be my top 5 best buy now centers. At the number 1 spot, you got to give it to Ralph Sampson. I don't think there's really even a debate here. He's only about 90k, maybe 90 to 100,000 MT. And he's a 7'4" center, 7'8" wingspan, one of the best player models in the game. He can compete against most other giant centers in the game, like Manute Bol, Yao Ming, Rick Smith, all those top tier cards. He's got 85 speed, 85 acceleration, and definitely is the best buy now center in the game. At the number 1 spot, I actually do have Brook Lopez, really good 7'1" center, has an amazing release, good player model. So yeah, I do think he's going to be here at number 2. At number 3, I think is a card that's really good at center because of his size and his defense, and that is the Dark Matter Mitchell Robinson, a very underrated center in the game, probably because he was from the playoff set. But yeah, he's 7'1" at center, 7'2" wingspan, amazing athletically, really good vertical, really good strength, amazing Hall of Fame, every single Hall of Fame badge in the game for defense, perfect defensive stats. His tendencies are really good for the block shot and the contest shot, both at a 99, and I think he's got a decent enough release where you can green pretty consistently. And then for the last 2 spots, I have Marc Gasol at number 4, and then I do have the Hero Sabonis at number 5, just a big body giant who can definitely, play make, create his own shot if he needs to, and knock down threes. So yeah, guys, that's going to be my top 5 best buy now cards at each position. So my top 5 buy now point guards, top 5 buy now shooting guards, small forwards, power forwards, and centers as well. But let me know in the comment section down below if you guys would change anything about this top 5, and just let me know who are your guys' favorite buy now cards in the game, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.